long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Actual archival footage of me at that age, because Lucasfilm has all this bank of stuff to be able to pick through. I don't even know how they do it. It's artificial intelligence. It pretty works.
So it shouldn't be really that hard to cast Han Solo if you're not going to go CGI. Now, obviously, the video that I added there is Harrison Ford at the age of 80 or 81 being interviewed, and they de-aged him all the way to about the age of 50, which is remarkable. There's an approximation and an exactness to the casting of this character, and it cannot be deviated from because the fans will notice. And really, why would you want to change him? Well, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Kathleen Kennedy happened. And we got Steven Spielberg's accountant's son, who was sleeping with Steven Spielberg's daughter, awful Ehrenreich, to play Han Solo. Alden Ehrenreich is like 5'6" or 5'7", so when you see pictures of him in silhouette, you know he's a short guy. In fact, I think Tom Cruise is probably taller than he is. He doesn't have any of the authentic masculinity that we need, as in Harrison Ford, when he got the role of Han Solo, actually had that. I've been around the block, look a few times. Real men have that. This little lawn jockey, garden gnome, needs to be dragged through the mud a little bit, and even then he's not right for the part. It's not consistent. First off, he couldn't act his way out of a wetbag. Second of all, there's nothing special about him on the screen. When you're watching Star Wars for the first time and you notice what's going on, you suddenly realize even Mark Hamill thought Harrison Ford was the lead in that, because that's where he came off of. So Kennedy, instead of doing the right thing and hiring an actor appropriate for the role, hired a lawn jockey. Okay, there's a great scene in The Offer where Joe Colombo is sitting at the Copacabana with Al Ruddy, the producer of The Godfather, and they're having a drink together. And dancing not too far away from them is Cher and her husband at the time, Sonny Bono. And Colombo goes to Ruddy, "Hey, look, there's Cher. What is she doing with that lawn jockey?" But I don't know, or does Garden Gnome work for Ehrenreich? Because he kind of resembles one. Okay. I think it depends on the mood, but there's no way he was appropriate to play the role. Now, I've had people come at me on this who should know better, trying to defend awful Ehrenreich, and they can't. The appropriate actor to take the place if they're going to recast Han Solo is Anthony Ingruber. Harrison Ford wants him to play the role. He's lobbying for him to get the role. And really, why shouldn't he have the role? He does the voice. He is the same height. He's not in a fat little grubworm like awful Ehrenreich. So I don't get it. And I know that movie Soylo has its defenders, but let me remind those defenders, not a whole lot of people liked it. It lost well over $200 million, and which means you're never going to see Ehrenreich play that role again. So maybe you should get over yourselves. You know, they tried to get Solo 2 made, and it's like, are you crazy? But this is what happens when you don't look at the numbers and don't want to listen to that. And that's the problem, I think, that a lot of the fans on the other side have. They also want to see characters like this browbeaten and turned into what? They're drunk, deadbeat dads or something? Or emasculated like the Molly Damons want to see. And that's not really the right thing to do. And thusly, it's also self-centered on the parts of these people who want that. Because they don't care about anything else but what they want. And they don't care if it's good for the franchise. And the fact that I don't believe the Star Wars franchise made any more than $1.3 billion, I'm right on that.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen. With the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed. And our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere. And in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you, always.
I mean, how hard is it to cast a character like Han Solo if you really mean to do it the right way? Personally, in my opinion, I'm glad Ingruber didn't get the role, even though it wasn't fair what they did to him, because the movie was terrible. I mean, you'll never convince somebody who thought it was good because they like to see white men emasculated, hint, hint, that the movie lost money, or that it matters that the movie lost money because they want to like what they like, and that's fine. But it didn't work. Just because they liked it didn't work. I mean, did The Room get a sequel? No, of course not, because it was trash. Okay. And these three guys know that. Anthony Ingruber has got Harrison Ford on his side, and Harrison would not just put out an endorsement and lobby for Ingruber if he didn't think Ingruber could do the part. He knows he can. And if you wanted to CGI him, you wouldn't have to do much. Okay, again, listen closely. Consistency in this case is everything. Okay, these three guys know that. And in my opinion, the only way to fix what's broken is to bring Anthony Ingruber in as Han Solo, if you're going to recast it, or even if you're going to do a little bit of CGI, because then you don't have to do much. Okay, just like I think Millie Bobby Brown would not be bad, and either one of the kids that played Luke under the CGI in The Mandalorian and Boba Fett. Okay, so, I just want to tell the people who want awful Ehrenreich, you're not going to get him. The movie he made failed miserably. Okay, and it didn't suffer from The Last Jedi hate. It suffered on its own. Okay, maybe The Last Jedi boycott was part of it, but in the end, I watched it on a bet. It was the most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life, only topped by The Rise of Palpatine and The Last Jedi. Okay, so, you can like trash if you want. There are people who think The Room is incredibly funny and great, but it's garbage. Okay. Awful Ehrenreich is not Han Solo. He just can't act. I wouldn't let him play a creature in Star Wars. Okay. And really, by rights, Anthony Ingruber is the most consistent, best choice for the role. And I really wish the people who like Soylo would just shut up. Okay, it's dead. All right, that movie is dead. That actor will never come back and play the role again. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.